Move to a featherweight contest at Cage Warriors 88. Please welcome both of these warriors as they make their way into the cage this evening at the Liverpool Echo Arena. First up, he's from Aberdeen, Scotland. He is the locomotive. He is Paul Mcbain.
Well, Josh, it's time for the featured bout of our preliminary card here at Cage Warriors 88. And what a feature bout it is. We've talked about prospects already this evening, but these are another two young men who really have got the gums flapping around the UK MMA scene. Joining us from Scotland with that undefeated record is Paul Mcbain.
Yeah, undefeated, 4-0 coming into this one tonight. 2 TKOs, 1 submission stoppage. Actually got quite a lot of cage time. The last time we saw him at Cage Warriors 82, that was right here in Liverpool. Took a decision victory away there. He does have a 4-inch height advantage coming into tonight. Probably going to look to put it to use with the striking. All his stoppages have come in the first round, so a fast starter for sure.
And Sam Spencer, his opponent, no stranger to a firefight. Once had his jaw completely snapped in two, carried on exchanging punches for 3 rounds and won the fight by decision. Yeah. Very, very tough young man, as is Paul Mcbain.
I mean, you mentioned that these two are prospects looking to take that next step up. That's really the narrative for this match. You know, both guys, haven't fought a whole lot on Cage Warriors. It's debut for Sam Spencer. It's the second time for Paul Mcbain, but both of them have very similar, very good records, and they both look very accomplished in putting those records together. So it really is, an important night for both of them.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome his opponent tonight, fighting out of the red corner. He hails from Manchester in England. He is smooth, Sam Spencer.
Sam Spencer making what is a long-awaited Cage Warriors debut. You know, we've talked about his opponent, Paul Mcbain, being a prospect. Sam Spencer is also one that a lot of the in-crowd have got their eye on.
Yeah, look, Sam Spencer is not taking this fight lightly by any means. It's his debut on Cage Warriors. It's his debut moving up to featherweight. And he's been very honest about saying, you know what, I've put dedicated 6 months of preparation into tonight. And that's what he feels he's had to do for an opponent as accomplished as Paul Mcbain.
Yeah, I've called some of Sam Spencer's previous fights, and he's been in there with some tough competition. For the very experienced Brian Crichton a few years ago at bantamweight, went all 3 rounds with the big bad Wolf, beat Dylan Sheehan last time out, another highly regarded prospect. But it's a different stage and a different kind of challenge altogether here at Cage Warriors at the Echo Arena. A huge platform for him. This fight being streamed live around the world via Facebook.
You know, he's got the advantage of being relatively the hometown fighter here tonight, coming out of Manchester Predators. He's going to look to push the pace continuously as well. I think it's going to be interesting to see if he can really drag this deep and use the cardio to get there. He's having a pretty reasonable year so far, 1-0 in 2017, 5-1 overall as a professional, 3 of those coming by way of TKO victory.
Ladies and gentlemen, we come now to 3 rounds in the Cage Warriors featherweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner with a perfect professional record of 4 wins and no losses. This mixed martial artist stands 5 feet 11 inches tall and weighed in at 145.7 pounds. Fighting out of Aberdeen, Scotland, the locomotive, Paul Mcbain. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist who holds a professional record of 5 wins and 1 loss. Standing 5 feet 7 inches tall, he too weighed in at 145.7 pounds. Fighting out of Manchester, England, smooth Sam Spencer. And when the action begins, the referee in charge. Rich Mitchell.
Referee Rich Mitchell about to get this one underway. 3 5-minute rounds if they need them in the Cage Warriors featherweight division. Paul Mcbain in the yellow and black. Smooth Sam Spencer in the black and gold tie shorts.
Ready. Let's go.
It's Smooth Sam versus the Locomotive. Josh, you mentioned it during the walkouts. This is a featherweight debut for Spencer, moving up from 135 pounds. So it's going to be interesting to see if he keeps his trademark speed and reflexes, if he's a bit more powerful this time out. One thing he's definitely going to have to deal with is the height advantage.
That's what I was just going to say, Brad. He's walking straight into a guy who's got a 4-inch reach advantage on him and is really going to look to use it. So he's taking on an all-round bigger opponent for his first matchup here as a featherweight.
Spencer's got great boxing, really is a good all-rounder, but those hands are fast and sharp.
He's circling very well at the moment, really looking to keep the footwork fresh. But a good feeling out process from both guys, neither committing too much as of yet.
Well, we spoke to Spencer earlier this week, and he says he's really looking forward to making his Cage Warriors debut, and it's the biggest show he's ever been a part of. And he thinks that Mcbain's going to be an interesting styles clash and an exciting fight. He wants to keep it at his range, but the plan here, according to Spencer, is he really wants to drag his man into deep water and see what he's got in that second and third round.
A good head movement from Spencer shown there. Really bending at the body, very much a...
Nice jab there from Mcbain.
Yeah, easily evaded, didn't have too much pop on it, but it certainly was a nice straight technical jab.
Just keeping his man at the distance there. Pops that jab out again, switches to a body kick.
Ooh, that was close for Sam Spencer, ducking down into a rear
nice
kick.
Just turned that one into a little hook at the end there. Good work from Mcbain. Spencer firing back though. Paul Mcbain obviously defeating the very tough Lloyd Manning last time out, and he really wants to keep that undefeated record. He told us earlier this week, Josh. Looking to take the head off Sam Spencer, his words, not mine.
I think last time out was a good performance for him to get the cage time in. You know, very easy for guys to rack up a pro record, lots of first-round knockouts. You never really know what happens, and they have to really put the fight IQ in the cage time to practice. And he got a decision win last time, so getting a good 15 minutes inside our cage.
He's found a home for that left hand a couple of times now. His best weapon so far. Spencer firing back with a combination, not finding a home for everything though. Oh, the right hand on the break there.
Yeah, that was pretty clean. He looked like he tried to roll with it a little bit, but just got caught on that range and a baseball punch from Mcbain.
That was a real Chuck Liddell special, that one.
Yeah, Spencer trying to circle out. Mcbain really cutting the cage off here. Spencer's let himself get back right up.
Oh, it's a huge right hand from Mcbain.
Yeah.
Spencer holding on to a knee for dear life here, trying to scramble his way out.
Yeah, he's wrestled out of this position really well, but he's got to protect his neck. He's got to have some respect for this guillotine attempt. This trying to torque it all the way through. And he's out, he's readjusting onto a leg. Oh, 10-finger guillotine set up here. He's actually chin strapping with both hands. Don't see it very often. He's going to try and put his abdomen on the back of his head.
Spencer able to survive that guillotine attempt, or both those guillotine attempts rather.
Yeah. Mcbain also looked for a dart off that scramble as well. I mean, you know, really perfect submissions for the lanky arms that he's got. But what a fantastic minute for him here.
Well, welcome to Cage Warriors, Sam Spencer. Spencer knows he's in a fight now, Josh. You know, fighting to survive here.
Yeah, he did a really good job of wrestling his way out of the position with the scramble after getting dropped, but Mcbain had the answer for him. And again, he's in on this single. Expect Mcbain to attack the neck again.
Spencer's going to be really careful here, Josh. Looks for the takedown.
He's going to use it to roll him if he's still got a good grip.
Final 20 seconds of what's been a real barnstormer of a first round between these two featherweights.
I mean, Spencer's established on top here, but he really doesn't have much time to work as he looks to go to mount. Good guard recovery for Mcbain.
And perhaps Spencer now just taking his foot off the gas for a few seconds.
Well, I think he has to. I mean, look, he's lost this round. If he's not going to put his opponent away, he might as well conserve the energy on top.
And Spencer's right eye has a pretty nasty cut right in the corner of it.
Yeah, I imagine that came from some of the ground and pound, because it was the overhand rights that found the home to do the real damage, as we'll see in the replays here.
Well, let's take a look back at some of that action. Spencer moving his head well, catching the kick and firing back. Mcbain just walking his man down, making use of that reach advantage. And there's the right hand, caught him ducking into it.
Yeah, just amplified the power. And Spencer did a good job of getting up on the single leg here, but this is the second scramble they had. And that's really what Sam Spencer looked to do off the first scramble, but Mcbain, you know, got a fantastic guillotine position.
Oh no, I believe the fight's been called, Josh.
Oh, well.
We're going to get some clarification here in a moment's time, but I believe the doctor may have stopped the fight here.
The damage to the eye, perhaps?
Oh, that eye of Sam Spencer's is very, very swollen with a huge cut right on the hematoma. That could be a fractured orbital.
Yeah, I don't know if we're going to get a chance to see where that came from.
Spencer absolutely devastated. Spencer took a big shot there. He was never out of the fight. Such a shame to see it end like that, but fighter safety absolutely paramount here at Cage Warriors. It'll go down as a TKO injury victory for Paul Mcbain, but let's throw it to Andy Friedlander in the cage. He'll make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of round number 1, based on doctor's advice, referee Rich Mitchell has called a stop to this fight. Therefore, the winner by TKO, the locomotive, Paul Mcbain!
Well, a victory nonetheless for Paul Mcbain, who looked very sharp in the cage. He's still in the cage with Josh Palmer.
I'm here with our winner, Paul Mcbain. Paul, I'm sure not necessarily the way you wanted to win, but you did the damage to cause the stoppage.
I threw the punch. It meant to land. I meant to hurt him, meant to put him out. It cut his eye. It wasn't me that stopped the fight, but yeah, I'm happy I won. You know, win's a win. To finish stoppage, then I'm happy.
Did you expect to do the damage on the feet? It was the big overhand right that really set that up for you.
I think I believe I was setting myself up for a fail. You know, I looked at him and I'm like, oh, darn, he looks good in the feet. He moves well. You know, he's got better striking than me. But hey, you know, you've got to have everything. You've got to be able to take a punch, give one.
Did you think you were close with the guillotine? You had a couple of nice 10-finger guillotine combinations.
Chris will know there, standing there. Like, anybody that was on, you know, I was finished, game over, you know, but I think blood from his eye made it slide, so all good.
You're still undefeated. You wanted to stay undefeated. 5-0 now. What's next for you?
Well, I don't know. I'm looking for Mr. Ian Dean, see what he's got to say about it, you know. I'm here, you know. I'm winning fights. I'm 5-0. Who's next, you know? I'm looking at that belt. One thing, somebody spoke to me earlier. Stevie Ray used to be the lightweight champion, you know, he messaged me on Facebook and he says, look, Paul, he says, don't worry at all. He says, I can see you being the Cage Warriors featherweight champion soon, you know. And that, I was sitting backstage and that's all I could think about. And I was like, the words from him makes me feel a lot, you know, it makes me feel good.
Well, that's high praise indeed. Thank you for 2 great performances so far on Cage Warriors. We look forward to seeing you again. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Paul Mcbain!
Paul Mcbain with a big win to cap off what's been a fantastic set of preliminary bouts here at Cage Warriors. But that is not all. We will be back at the top of the hour for the main card of Cage Warriors 88, 2 world title fights, Molly McCann, and so much more. On behalf of myself and the team, we'll see you in about 40 minutes time.
There's no secret where people go once they get this belt.